What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. This topic today will hit near and dear to me because I live on the continent of Africa, and I have a channel called the Kingana YouTube channel. Some of you have heard about it, or you know about it, or even seen it, and you also have a successful channel called the Pan-African Dating Show. And I've been all across the continent. I've lived here 2 years straight now, going on 3 years, with having a permanent residence here in Kampala, Uganda. And there are certain things, being respectful of this place, that I just don't share. Okay, I notice things that I just don't talk about. But I want you to hear Tiffany Haddish and what she has to say.
I can smell your stomach in the back of your throat in this car. I can't do it. I'ma tell her.
This has come up in another show. The funny thing is the windows are up and you see the fog, and you it's like a scary movie. You like this.
No. This is the worst. And I told them, and I got them a whole gift basket. So I'm in Africa. Mm-hmm. I'm probably wrong for this. I don't care. My driver was smelling extremely human. Okay. Extremely, like 7-8 days human. No soap, no water, just strong. It was burning my nose. Now everybody in the car, everybody else in the vehicle like this.
Holding their breath.
I said, I called out the driver's name. He's like, yes, Miss Haddish. I was like, what you been doing all week?
So first of all, let me just say this, and some of you brothers and sisters who have been to foreign countries, let us say if it's Africa, the continent of Africa, any country in Africa, or even other places, people tend not to wear as much deodorant or perfume as those in the West. If you go in the central, let me say downtown, in Uganda, to the business district, and you're in these markets, you're gonna smell some things that you wouldn't smell in the States. And who can smell bad anywhere? But yes, I've been in situations in taxi vans. I took a taxi van once, and it was largely the reason why I stopped taking taxi vans was for reasons that she talked about. You smell it a lot. This is not everybody, but it happens. You can, meet people who don't wear deodorant, don't like wearing deodorant, or just don't do it, and they don't have an idea about how they smell. Okay, this is the absolute truth. And anybody who's been to third world countries, you can identify this. Here's the issue that I have with her. Why do you need to get out and verbalize that? Okay, and certain things need to maybe not be talked about a lot. Now, let me just say, like, if I have personal employees, and I had one time a guy that he had a problem not wearing deodorant to work, and we had some Americans coming over, and I had to tell him, like, listen, man, you're making enough money, you need to wear deodorant, and the reason why you need to wear deodorant is because I have Americans coming, so if you don't wear deodorant, they're going to say that I'm not taking care of you. So, like, I'm not giving you enough money for deodorant, which is not the truth. Like, you need to. I had to stress it on him. Like, he was humming out here, right? But like I said, I would never come out and make a whole episode about that. And the only reason why I'm talking about that right now is because, these things happen. But Tiffany Haddish, it seems like you're saying that so you can go viral. Like, why is that necessary? If you told the guy he smelled and you did good by the guy and told him that, then what is the reason that you have in talking about it and then making it public? Because then I'm gonna tell you exactly how people from Africa are gonna receive that. Oh, here come Black Americans talking about how Africans smell. It's an insult. Why do you come to my country? See, this is going to happen. And see, these are situations that happen, and we have back and forth beefs when we don't need to have back and forth beefs over something that's stupid like that. Like, again, if you go to a third world country, guys, and I'm talking about on the continent or any other place. You can be in Asia, you can be in India. You're gonna have people that don't wear deodorant. Or you're gonna have people that smell differently than what you smell like. Their food is going to be different than what you like. Let me give you an example. There was a situation, man. When I first came to Uganda, I was in Kasanga area. All right, I had some business I was doing over there before, and there was some meat that some of the brothers, African brothers, was selling, and it had hella flies on and around the meat. One of the guys that was with me, he was hollering at me and everything like that. We was talking, chopping it up. He's like, hold on, man, I'm gonna go and get me some of this meat. And the whole time I'm sitting there looking at him as if he's dumb as hell, because look at all of those flies around that meat. So I had to figure out how could I politely ask him what he was smoking on to go over there and deal with that meat. So I said, hey brother, what's going on with this particular meat? He's like, this is good meat. He was like, do you want some? I said, hell no, I don't want none of that meat. He said, why? I said, because look at all of those goddamn flies on that meat. He said, well, those flies indicate that the meat is fresh. So when we see those flies, if the flies want that meat, then that means that meat is good. So we also want that meat too. And we're not gonna just eat it like that. We're gonna wash it and everything like that. But if the flies is on it, that means that meat is fresh. So it's not stale. So I said, it's a different way of looking at it. But for me, I still don't eat meat like that. I had an employee, I don't want to call his name, but he was a little, God bless his heart. I don't want to call him slow, but God bless his heart. Okay. He messed around one day and ate some of that meat on the street. We call it street food. Y'all call it street food, right? And I told him, I said, hey man, I know I'm not from here, but I would probably guess that, a lot of those little street meats and stuff, I can probably guarantee that they probably not washing that meat or cooking that meat to full capacity, and you getting that super cheap meat. He always liked that cheap meat, because he was cheap anyway, and he was dusty, by the way. He was one of the dustiest dudes I've ever seen in my life. Anyways, that dude ate that street meat, man. He came into the office the next day, boss, I said, what's wrong with you? He said, I have running stomach. I said, what? Why your stomach running? He said, the meat. So he ate this meat with his stupid ass, and I told him to leave that meat alone, but he didn't want to, and I roasted him for a long time. But things smell differently from us, and I'm probably sure that we smell differently to them to certain times. But at the same time, shut up all about that, okay? That you saying that is not going to make nobody feel good. It's going to piss people off. Nobody is going to receive that in any kind of way. They're not going to do it. So why are you doing it? If it's not going to be received well, don't do it, okay? And sometimes you can't help it, but I would never get on here and talk about, man, you go down there and some of them be like, what's the point of that? Well, then why am I still here? If it smells that bad, let me just tell you, my mom would tell me, if it's that bad, son, bring your ass back to California. And let me just tell you this. I know that, you're going to have situations where some of the brothers and sisters, it's really it's not really women a lot. It's men that you might see that. Just don't go down there then. Okay, if you don't like how things smell, I stay away from certain parts of town. Or if I go there, I prepare myself that I'm going to get a whiff. And that's okay, because it's enough big booties down there anyway. I can deal with that now. I can deal with it, because the woman out here is fine as hell. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I appreciate you for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.